Well, at this point, would you say that you think it is more likely than not that the world will be in recession in 2023?
I'd say 50-50 right now. The bigger focus that I have and the worry I have is development itself. Development is in crisis. Many of the countries, whether middle income countries or the poorest countries, are moving backwards in so many areas in terms of education and health, and food insecurity, but also in terms of capital flows. There's a capital outflow. One big number is the payment on debt by the IDA countries. That's the 75 poorest countries in the world that are the recipients of large World Bank grants. Their outflows, their payments on debt are $44 billion this year, which is more than all the world's development assistance resources.
So they're moving backwards. They're literally moving backwards at this
They're
point.
moving backwards in terms of cash on hand, in terms of new investment, and the infrastructure maintenance that's so critical to keep things operating. And that's a big concern because there's not really a world direction on how to deal with that. I've spoken and written about things that I think should be done, but I'm really worried about that situation.
So, David, is it fair to say, yeah, China's getting a little better, Europe is getting a little maybe significantly worse. But if we look at COVID and we look now at Russia, Ukraine, overwhelmingly the pain and hardship that comes from these global crises is being borne on the backs of the poorest countries in the world.
That's right. That's multifaceted. That's the general inequality of the world, meaning most of the capital goes to the higher income countries. It's the adaptation problem. Many of the poorer countries are in areas hard hit by climate change, by drought, and by flooding. And it's also the inequality or the difficulties that we saw in the distribution of vaccines. Recall the advanced economies wanted to be sure they had one vaccine for everybody, actually two vaccines, then it was three, and then it was four, just in case they needed multiple vaccines. And it was very hard for us to get the vaccines to the developing countries. And so it's multifaceted. And my conclusion, or where I think we are at right now, is we have such a crisis in development that we need to be thinking about new pathways out. That means changes in global capital flows that will work better for new businesses, for weaker countries within the capital flow structure. But that also means rule of law that will work better for the countries themselves.